Normally I'm like, it's Super Bowl Sunday. I don't really say news on sports unless it's kind of crazy, but this one kind of stings a little bit. Well,
right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, about now, about now, about now.
What is poppin', y'all? It's me, Cowboy Bales. Happy Super Bowl Sunday. Welcome to another little update on Wisco Sports. Obviously, Super Bowl's today, but this is not what my video is about at all. So I haven't really been talking Bucks as of recently, but of course we did, get the news that we signed Serge Ibaka. Now, on the downside, we really had a lot of guards, and now are really starting to become a team with more forwards than guards. And unfortunately, one of our key players, unfortunately, well, let's just say one of my favorite players on the team, fortunately, Pat Conaughton, is going to be out for quite some time. It was reported by Woj today that after injury into his hand, where I think they said that he did fracture one of his things on his hand or something. But basically, Wojo reported that he is going to have to undergo surgery to repair this fractured fourth metacarpal on his right hand front Monday, and is expected to return to the lineup before the end of the regular season. So, of course, we're not going to have Brook Lopez or Pat Conaughton until probably the end of the regular season. So that's unfortunately a big loss, because when you think of it, he's really been the one coming off the bench and really providing these points, especially from deep. He's really came on as of lately, and it's crazy that he's but there isn't really much to talk about. But the only reason why I'm making this video is because there is some trouble in the down front, because you got your starting lineup, and I think we have a great starting lineup. That's what's great. But Conaughton coming off the bench was really a big deal. And now the thing is, we don't really have someone off the bench. After we traded Dante DiVincenzo, so we don't have another guard or shooting guard or someone off the bench that can really do that, which is kind of stings a little bit, because we also traded Rodney Hood too. So pretty much our bench is George Hill, who still is a little bit injured. We got Wesley Matthews, so now we're going to have to really depend on him to do a lot more. We also have Serge Ibaka now. So yeah, that Serge Ibaka and George Hill and Wesley Matthews are pretty much our bench as of right now. However, the Bucks need a consistent scorer off the bench. Now, when you look at people on the free agent market, there are some guys that had contract buyouts. And it's like, who do you think really deserves a shot? And honestly, a lot of people are, because first off, Pat Connaughton's averaging like 10 points a game and like 5 rebounds and a lot of stuff. Like, he's actually being a huge playmaker. But the problem is, there aren't really many people off the bench who can be playmakers. And I think Conaughton is a guy that can really do that for the Bucks. And he was a huge reason why we won a championship. I mean, absolutely. What I think is most important, though, is we need a guy that can come off the bench, a sixth man, a consistent sixth man. Because the problem is, Wesley Matthews and George Hill are getting a lot older. They're not the same player. Same thing even with Serge Ibaka. So we need a guy, even though he is a lot older, I still think he's always gave us trouble every time we played against him. And if you know what I'm talking about Goran Dragic. We need to do whatever we can to get Goran Dragic. I don't care how much money he will want, but we need to sign Goran Dragic ASAP. There is no So, of course, if you haven't heard much on him, so, of course, he spent the last couple of years on the Miami Heat being a huge player, especially the last two seasons off the bench. And the thing is, he was always a consistent scorer. Like, the problem was Miami didn't really have a true starting point guard, and he'd always come off the bench and, like he was averaging a huge amount of points one year. Dragic can really do much. He's a good mid-range shooter. He can also shoot from three. He's very great. He's a very great player. And, and great passers. He's everything you'd want. Now, obviously, a lot of people completely forgot about this guy because it's like, well, where has he been? Well, he was traded to the Toronto Raptors, of course, for Kyle Lowry, which I said to myself was a stupid trade because you're literally trading one for another. And basically, I said to myself, Dragic ain't gonna play with that move. It's a completely pointless move to trade him. Like he would rather be on a team that's actually got like a competitive shot, So of course, there are a lot of teams that are probably gonna go after him, like the Lakers and the Bulls. But realistically, the Bucks, now that they're really looking for a guy off the bench that can really produce points because Conaughton's out, the Bucks need to do everything that they can to go get Goran Dragic. He is now a free agent because he was actually started on the Raptors. The Raptors never even played him all year. Then he got traded to the Spurs, and now he's going to get a buyout. So the Bucks need to do everything possible, and they need to go get that guy. That's my final thoughts. I'm not going to really say anything else because we need someone, and especially think about it, having Dragic come off your bench in the playoffs, Ibaka off the bench in your playoffs, Conaughton coming back, and then moving Portis to the bench for Brook Lopez is really going to give the Bucks a huge shot in the playoffs, just saying. So that's all I'm going to say. I mean, there's nothing else I can really say, but hopefully the surgery goes well tomorrow, but that's what really matters. So anyways, more updates to come in the future. Enjoy the Super Bowl today, and as always, go Bucks. We will see you next time.